Wow. Here we go. Back in the high-level studios of All Gear No Game.
I'm curious what all they can see right now because I've got some pajama bottoms on and this is like going back to Zoom COVID days where you like look good on the top but not the bottom.
Yeah. Did you guys think that we went away? Because we were there. Gone for a minute. Gonna need a new laptop here. Keeps dying every 3 seconds. Can't get past 1% here. But I felt like got to get a mic back in our hands because one, the UFC is back in Seattle, which is pretty close to home. That's a good sign. Maybe one day it'll be back in Portland. It was supposed to be in Portland before COVID, and then
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think there was like a heavyweight bout that was supposed to be there in Portland, and then it obviously got canceled.
Oh.
Back in 2000. I think it was for like early 2020.
Drinking water so
Yeah, we have a dog coming in and out, gnawing on a bone. It's about the only way that he will stay
He's like
quiet.
a newborn child where like you'll give him anything, and right now this baby tiny little bone is the only thing keeping him quiet, and it's like,
oh, we're at 2%.
Oh, good. So there's growth, and this is his binky right now. Except he's getting water, so we'll see.
Yes.
He's gonna start barking at us soon, though.
And I had all the tabs up, ready to go. I mean, everything's up in here, baby. But just as a precautionary, we want to have backup notes here. But guys, crazy news. I mean, I just felt like, obviously, a lot of people are going to be commenting on this stuff in the future. But whose opinion is more important than mine?
No one.
Exactly, baby. But dude, just with everything going on, I mean, I can't lie to you. I've been in kind of a deep state of depression since the 49ers have basically been out of playoff contention and sucked so bad this year. And there's a picture of them in Cabo, and I was like about to comment like, get ready, boys. Get ready for this annual Cabo team photo because it's fucking coming. It's coming every single year unless you guys can spin shit around here real quick, because last year was not a very good season for us. But it's a little bit weird. Bianca Kellan's iPhone getting a little bit dated here, so we got her iPhone going.
I know.
So I've got mine cooking here.
It used to be
my
iPhone.
Oh,
Zig,
third guest here.
Come here. Come here.
Okay. Yeah.
It used to be always my iPhone that I got to chill and look at, and his was the recorded one.
This is called the Chaos Pod.
Yeah.
But
hey, what can we expect? Is our first one back in a while? It's gonna be chaotic.
Yeah, I heard one of the guys that I will listen to. He said he wasn't podcasting for 5 days or something. He does it professionally. He's like, I feel like I've been doing it forever, and I was like, yeah. Like, you feel like you lose skills so quick. Not that we were really even that skillful, but the fact that we are.
But I feel like you like have this like camaraderie, like when you're, or what's the word, when you're like, you have good like back and forth convo.
Yeah.
But I feel like you get like camera shy when you're first back.
Oh yeah.
You know?
For sure.
And like we used to film looking straight forward at his old house, where our old studio.
Now we're a bit cranked here.
But no, I like it because we're looking forward, and I feel like
We're
that's
more
how
looking
a
at
lot
each other.
of pods are.
Yeah, I'm just making sure we're really filming here. Or recording.
Recording. Yeah, the audio is more important.
But I guess we got a few things on the docket that Kellan wanted to comment on a little bit. First of all, how sick is this that 2025 is the year? I mean, it doesn't even feel like that long ago. I was seeing Alexander Volkanovski beat the fucking brakes off of Yair Rodriguez and who else? Korean Zombie and all that. Oh, and who else did he beat?
You're rusty.
I don't know. No, he hasn't. Those were like his last few fights. But what I'm saying is, we were like, oh my God, Alex, you don't even know what's coming for you. Little Ilia Topuria is in the stands, just chomping at the bit to try to get his title shot. And now, Ilia Topuria, fast forward, has knocked out Alex and Max Holloway, and now vacates his featherweight belt to go up and challenge himself at lightweight versus Islam Makhachev or whoever that.
So when he vacates it, what does that mean?
Alexander Volkanovski is now fighting Diego Lopez for the vacant 145.
So he like dropped
he was the champ
belt.
and just said, "Screw it, I'm going up to 155."
So you can't be the champion in two.
You can be, but
so why did he say screw it instead of keeping it?
Because Dana probably said, if you want to go up, you need to Because there's money to be made still with Volkanovski. Volkanovski's still good.
Yeah.
But it's just weird that they wouldn't let him. But I think this was a personal decision. I think there was like a post that, too many words, Kellan's not going to go through that. But I think he probably explained it, why he's not going to defend or why he left or whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that we could possibly live in a world where we get Ilia Topuria versus Dustin Poirier. I mean, Jesus Christ. That could be one of the fights of the goddamn century, just because the way that those guys are willing to just stand in the middle and bang. And you know that Ilia Topuria, even though he has it in his back pocket, he's not probably gonna shoot on him. And especially we saw that Dustin's takedown defense has improved astronomically when he was fighting Islam, and he was stuffing Islam's takedowns, which is crazy. But I'm really interested to see like what happens. Are they gonna make Ilia do a little bit of a number one contender fight to try to just narrow it down, or are they going to give him right to Islam? Either way, great matchups for Ilia. Either way, I feel like he can easily do the 100.
That's kind of a pro move for sure. He's like, peace to one and go to another.
To explain it a little bit, I mean, who even cares? There's people, I saw a couple people in the comments like, defend your belt a couple times. Against who, bro? He knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, cleaned out the division, then knocked out the next best guy, Max Holloway, cleaned out the division. You kind of proved yourself.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Fight Diego Lopez? Diego Lopez is fine on the feet, but like either way, Ilia Topuria is going to take you down, dominate you, and he's going to piece him up on the feet. There's no, even though Diego Lopez is super good, super tough, there's just no really route to victory.
Yeah.
Ilia's better than him at everything. I know, get off your knees, Kellan, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm being truthful. Ilia Topuria is pound for pound, baby. I'm telling you. But yeah, I was just super pumped to see that we're gonna get maybe a super fight going on, and Ilia deserves it. And I think he has a better shot to beat Islam than really any other guys in the lightweight division. Like Arman, did we really think Arman was gonna win that fight? Sure, Arman's an extremely talented grappler, can put your lights out on the feet, but there's just something about that matchup where, what's going on, man?
He's just...
You nervous?
Fine.
Oh.
You're fine.
Nervous?
You're fine. Oh. ASMR. Oh. He gives lots of hugs and kisses. Okay.
This is turning into a different kind of video.
Get your bone. And lay down.
But yes, sir. You know what? Just looking back, like I used to be so type A and be like, oh my god, everything has to be perfect. I'm at the point now where it's just like, bro, if we get good audio, who even cares anymore?
Isn't that so weird? Because there would be a time when we first started filming that, like, if even his dog started barking at his house, like we'd like pause it even or like get up. I feel like we were always so stressed out about noise. And then you kind of realize like things are a lot quieter in the audio than you think they would be. Yes. Or like it's also just, like being raw is more fun to watch.
100%.
Than like,
especially it doesn't get rawer than our studio here at All Gear No Game. Okay, yeah. So you're okay. Is there a point where they draw the line? Yeah, there was one thing that I did want to touch on was the fact that there wasn't just there was some crazy news that just broke yesterday. It wasn't just the Ilia Topuria, but it was just like bing, boom, bop.
Is that why you wanted to film? Because you were like, okay, there's a lot happening right now?
Yeah. Our boy, Jackie, 3 names. I can't even find it on here. But he's fighting Belal Muhammad for the welterweight title of the world. And, you know, they offered it to Shavkat, I guess, but Shavkat was injured. Give it to Jack Della Maddalena. Jackie, listen to me. This is a very winnable fight, the way that you push the pace and can outbox. You can box the head off Belal here. But we just... The biggest key, I feel like, for Jack, Kellan, MMA knowledge, don't extend the combinations too crazy. Because too long. Because if he does that, Belal's going to shoot. And the biggest thing, Jack Della Maddalena has a little bit of that Hiri Prochazka in him, where if things are going really good for him, he gets a little bit frisky and tries to do a high IQ MMA move that actually ends up being severely low IQ and gets him into trouble, and then he'll find himself on his back for like the majority of a round. Like he'll try to pull guillotine, he'll try to pull guard, or he'll try to go for a submission, or he tries to do some type of crazy somersault, or I don't know, he just tries to get a little bit too long with his combinations. So if he just stays smart and locked in for 25 minutes, not even that, if he could stay locked in for 15 minutes, he could get the finish against Bilal Muhammad. I genuinely feel that way. He's so strong, and even if you do get him on his back, I have faith in Jack Della Maddalena's scrambles that he'll be able to get back up to his feet. But because like it's not like Bilal Muhammad is that crazy of a submission artist or he's gonna get the finish. So if Jack can just stay in the fight, I feel like he truly has a chance. But Bilal Muhammad, I feel like, has been improving a ton, and obviously his grappling is fire. But Jack is so much more of a fun fighter. He's gonna Bilal Muhammad's gonna benefit a ton from this matchup just because Jack Della brings it to you every single time. He'll push the pace, push you up against the octagon, and he's gonna land his shots. Like if he's down 3 rounds, you better believe in that 4th round he's gonna be coming after Bilal. So that's the best part about this, and you can never count Jack Della Maddalena out. But one underrated thing is Jack's kind of thick. Jackie's kind of thick, and I think he's not gonna get as ragdolled as people may believe in that fight. But I'm hyped about that. Leon's fighting Sean Brady. Dude, the Volkanovski Lopez fight is fucking crazy.
Do you want me to do a little Severance update, and then you can let him out really fast?
Yeah.
We can do a quick little segment.
You can talk about Apple TV is the goated.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so we always give our recommendations of movies or shows, or at least like we used to do that at the beginning of the pod. So currently, we are watching 2 shows. We are watching Severance on Apple TV, and we're watching Jackal, or The Day of the Jackal, on Peacock.
Yeah, we're a little late to the party on these, but actually we're like right
really.
on time with the party for Severance. Jackal's been out for a bit.
Oh, has it?
Your parents were telling us about it, yeah.
My parents have seen it?
Your mom's the one that said it's a really good show, and your BJ watched it with her. I told you this. I'm getting Joe for not listening.
No, you're not. You did not tell me this.
Yeah, I did.
Oh. I was just going to say tomorrow at dinner we should tell my sister to watch it because she'd like it. I did not think my mom would like that. She hates killings and stuff. Well, we'll have to talk to her about that. We're going to dinner with my parents and my sister and her husband, and I will tell her to watch it. But Severance is really good, and we actually are technically right on track with Severance. We binged the whole 1st season, and then we're like now right to where they're starting to air them weekly.
Yeah.
And it's been good. Last episode, if you're watching, it was a little not so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's my segment because our dog needed to go outside.
Yeah, Apple TV is absolutely goated. Goated franchise.
Yeah.
Goated streaming service. Everything. Like their worst show's probably Shrinking. Or I don't know.
But a lot of people like that one too. It's just a little slow for me.
Yeah.
And a little like cheesy. Like I'm not a super like cheesy person kind of thing. Like if it seems cheesy, I just feel like it's bad acting. But I love Jason Segel, so I know it's not bad acting. But yeah, that's just not one I really groove with. But like Ted Lasso, Jackal, Presumed Innocent. There's a lot. Oh, I loved what's the other show we watched on Apple TV with Kristen Wiig? Palm Royale. Another great show we watched recently is called Hacks. That show is hilarious. Probably one of my favorites.
Bro, I found... Should we do it?
What?
I think I found... Holy buckets of buckets. I found a... do you want me to pick a couple and you can do a tier list of the Apple TV shows? Like I'll say one and you put it in.
This seems like a waste of time for the pod.
Okay.
Do people actually care?
I don't know. I care.
I don't care, but you always want to just do it UFC.
Who cares?
We're doing our own thing now?
Yeah, screw it. We're talking about UFC. I'm just going to do it. We'll do rapid fire, okay?
Okay.
I'll just say one and you can tell me what it is.
Rank it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like S tier, A tier, or like...
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like that.
S, A, B, C, D?
Yeah.
Okay.
Severance.
I'd give it an A.
Okay. Presumed Innocent.
B.
B. Ted Lasso.
A.
Mr. Corman. Remember that with Joseph
We
Gordon-Levitt?
didn't really watch it, but I'd give it a C.
Yes.
It gave me anxiety, remember? Because I was student teaching and he's a teacher and it was like stressing me out.
Yeah. You never watched Silo.
No.
Wait, there's not really... I can't... The thumbnails are so small on here. What other one? There's literally Shrinking. What would you give that one?
A C.
Yeah. I don't think all of the... I think this is
You
old.
should make the Silos one the Palm Royale.
What's Palm Royale to you?
An A.
See, like, I honestly think that Shrinking is is less cheesy than Palm Royale.
Well, okay, Palm Royale is like a comedy, mystery comedy. I feel like that's the point because it's set back in time, so they like talk kind of like, you know, like southerny and funny.
Yeah, that tier ranking thing was dumb.
Yeah, there wasn't that many shows on there, but still, we got the point across that there's some better than others. Yeah. There's still good shows though.
But if it came down to it though, if I had to pick one, it would probably just be Apple TV.
I know, which is so funny because I feel like that's the least.
Movies that come out on there though. Is the
true, but that's the least used. I feel like streaming service.
Yeah.
Like out of all of them, I feel like all my friends always have Hulu, Netflix, like Max.
Everyone has Netflix.
But not everyone has Apple TV, which is interesting.
Yeah. Oh.
Because it's good.
Michael Chandler's going to fight Paddy Pimblett.
Really?
Yeah. How do you see that one going?
Interesting.
Michael's coming off that loss against Dubronx.
Yeah. I want...
Paddy beat...
I kind of want Paddy to win, even though I know you want Michael.
Jesus Christ.
Are they going to fight around...
I honestly think Paddy's going to get absolutely
Is he going to fight around St. Patrick's Day?
April 12th.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Because I feel like that could be cool if they like fought on St. Patty's Day. Because isn't like he...
He's not even Irish.
Oh, that's right. I always think he's Irish.
I think he's Irish, bro.
I said that to that one guy at the bar. He like told me he was from Ireland or something. I was like, oh, Paddy Pimblett. And he's like, yeah. And he didn't correct me.
Jesus, dude. But yeah,
Awkward.
UFC 314. Volkanovski, Lopez, banger. Chandler, Pimblett, banger. Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. That's going to be interesting. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. I think Jeff Neal's going to fraud check Carlos Prates. Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes surging, coming back. Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. Sean Woodson might get knocked out, but he's so long. He might pose some problems. Jan Jonan versus Verna Janjiroba. Lazy eye. I think Jan Jonan probably wins that.
That's a little
Jim Miller
rude.
versus Chase Hooper. Who cares? Yeah, dude. What was the next thing? Oh, this upcoming card. This one Seattle fight, dude. Oh my god.
Why didn't we get tickets?
Because it's in Seattle and we have Psychopath.
Yeah, but my parents or your parents would have watched him. That could have been a fun.
You can still
birthday.
take a train to mom, bubba.
A train?
Yeah, I'm not driving up
That could
there.
be fun. A train ride is so long though there. It's like 5 hours.
Isn't it 4 hours to drive there?
Oh shit, then maybe it's like 6 hour train ride. It's slower.
If someone wants to kill us, they are slowly like narrowing down where we live, I feel like.
Why?
Because I feel like we've never exactly explicitly said where we are, but like
we give like the area.
Yeah.
I feel like I've totally given away where we live because I feel like I've talked about my school.
No, you haven't.
Okay, good.
The two fights. This upcoming card is actually a banger. Like the Seattle card's fire. The main event's sick. But you know how I feel about
How?
Javid Basharat. He's fighting Ricky Simone. This fight's gonna be sweet. I think that Javid, he's gonna come back against. Like this is a huge fight for him against Ricky Simone. I know.
I've
like,
never heard of him.
Ricky
Javid?
Basharat.
Oh, I've heard Basharat.
Yeah,
I just don't
heard
recognize
a lot of Basharat here.
I've not heard his first
Snow
name.
leopard. Javid Basharat. Yeah.
What's
Afghanistan.
Cooper's new name?
Isn't it like the axe murderer? Or
Oh, I hate that. I don't know, but I was kind of upset he changed his name. I really liked him on Ultimate Fighter.
Brian Battle.
Oh, I think Ziggy's ready.
Oh, perfect.
We'll leave him out there till the pod's done.
Yeah. The Butcher. The axe murderer is Vanderlei.
So it's Brian the Butcher Battle.
Yeah. A lot of B's.
I get the alliteration. That's kind of fun. But Brian Pooh Bear battle.
Yeah.
It's also kind of fun.
Yeah. But this fight, Basharat going to bounce back here against Ricky Simone. He's got to. If he's going to be the champion like I say he's going to be one day, it's okay he lost his L. Ayman Zahabi was on that day. But Ricky Simone, it's a tough fight. Tough fight. I think Oregonian.
Really?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think Javid, he stuffs the takedowns. He doesn't really get taken and held down. Ricky's not going to outstrike him. All Javid has to do... I want to see Javid get a knockout. I want to see him get a finish because he hasn't really seemed to finish anybody. He's just a really good dance partner for people, and he can at times make guys look a little bit too good, but he seems to be... He's such a high-level fighter, and no one really dominates him. And if he strings something together, he really can be one of the best bantamweights in the world. He already is in terms of like skill set. He just has to prove it. So it's going to be a good fight. And then also the other crazy one on here is... Dude, John Silva versus our boy Melsik Baghdasaryan. I mean, I'm so hyped to see Melsik back. This is a sneaky, interesting fight. My money, if you have to put, you obviously have to put it on John Silva just because he's just a different kind of cat. But Melsik, it seems like if things don't go his way early in a fight, or if he's not picking his shots, he maybe gets a little bit hesitant, and he probably gets down on himself just because he's so talented. He's just one of those guys that is hella good, and so if things aren't going very well for him, he kind of gets a little pissed off and might give up a little low key. But I'm a big fan of Baghdasaryan. He's so dynamic with his striking, and he's super strong and can obviously utilize his strength to keep himself from getting on his back if John Silva decides to take it to the ground. But I just see John Silva, I think he's just one of those guys that is trying to take advantage of his crazy style, and I think Dana White sees that. So I don't think John Silva is going to be in any boring fights anytime soon, because I think Dana knows and has probably told him, bro, if you keep this up, you're going to become a superstar in the UFC, and that'll obviously get to Silva's head and be like, okay, I'm not going to fight boring fights here. I'm going to, even if you lose, like, I'm still going to get a bonus. Like, that's...
Because he's fun to watch.
Yeah, and he's a psychopath. So that's good. Those are the two fights that I feel like really stand out to me.
When is this card?
Saturday.
Are you going to try to watch
Song
it?
Yadong versus Henry Cejudo. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really care. I'll probably just watch them afterwards. The Melsik Costa versus Andre Fili.
Your type base has stopped, because it was always like, okay, I'm getting up at 8 a.m. if it's
we're not
playing
doing
in
anything,
a different...
but like, I'd rather do something on the,
I know,
like, Saturdays
and that's what I
than just
love
sit around
now.
watching
Like,
UFC
we would
all day.
literally, I feel like every weekend we were sitting at your house watching them start to finish.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense anymore. It just truly doesn't. But Kellan's going to get a little bit more locked in, because we got to find the next talent. Like, we found Esteban Ribovics here.
Yeah.
Let's do a segue. We found Esteban Ribovics. We found all these really good guys, Javid Basharat. Natalia Silva getting a title shot versus Alexa Grasso, who was Natalia Silva's #1 fan from day one. Most exciting women fighter in the UFC, in MMA right now, Natalia Silva. I think she's going to get that dub. Or is it? Yeah, it is a title fight. But let me check. It's on UFC. You know what I do kind of hate is... Oh, yeah. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva, women's flyweight. Oh, it's not a fight? It's not a title fight? A big women's flyweight match. Okay, so it's a freaking not... Yeah, it's not the title fight because Alexa lost the belt. But it's the title eliminator. Title eliminator, baby. And I think Natalia's going to get this dub May 10th versus Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's going to have some trouble versus Natalia. You can't take Natalia down. Natalia's going to outstrike you. Even she honestly is the craziest striker, because Natalia Silva can outstrike you moving backwards and circling the octagon the entire time. Like, she's basically what Israel Adesanya, what like we want him to be. He will move around backwards so much, but if he's the champion and he's not like a contender, he's so boring to watch. Let's be real. But Natalia, she's so active in the left side of her body, like I've said in prior podcasts, is like a cyborg. Her left hook comes out of nowhere. Her left head kick comes out of nowhere. She's so good, and she has spinning techniques for days. And I've never seen her get taken down. I think she has like 100% takedown defense in her UFC career. She's so freaking good, dude. But she has like the most exciting style in the UFC, like hot take.
That is a hot take.
Just because she has...
I feel like I've never sat down and watched her fight.
Yeah. She's fought on like random ass cards. But she literally just has the perfect fighting style, just like our boy Esteban Ribovics, where they don't have offensive wrestling, which is fantastic. Just keep yourself from getting taken down and then try to just knock out the other person.
Yeah.
It's the
so
perfect
it's like,
fight.
If I stay up on my feet, I can knock them out.
Yeah. It's Dana White's wet dream.
Okay.
Like John Jones. John Jones is Dana White's wet dream. Dude.
What?
There's been so... Yeah, Dana's obsessed with John. Pound for pound number one.
Insane.
Pound for pound. There was a video I saw MMA Guru. John Jones got on like Instagram Live and was like drunk. Like, why do people like this guy? Like, I just don't understand. It's crazy to be how many people love John Jones. Like,
what did the MMA guy say?
He was just talking about it a little bit. That like, bro, he was just saying, John, like, you need to be careful here because he's just so. Everything John does is just interesting. He's just an interesting human that needs to be studied.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting that.
But finally, final thing. Esteban is fighting March 1st. My birthday falls on a Saturday that following week, which is kind of sick.
I know.
But Esteban Ribovics versus Nasrat Haqparast. Esteban is coming off this absolute sick W versus, was it the Golden Boy? Daniel Zellhuber, yep. I mean, if he goes in there and takes out Nasrat Haqparast, who is one of the better 155ers in the world, it's only a matter of time before we get a number next to this guy's name, and he's putting Argentina on the map, baby. I know that he's one of those guys that I'm in the middle on, and I think that I'm just going to I'm stepping in the ring here. I'm going to go full in, because when I was like talking about, I made one of my first videos that like made me think that I could potentially have success, which was I was talking about Georgian fighters before I think Georgian fighters were even that famous, low-key. First to do it, don't at me. But I'm jumping in all the way with Esteban Ribovics here. I didn't know Ilia Topuria, like how good he could be yet. And I was a little bit even more skeptical with Merab because I didn't know how his striking would do against some of the top level strikers in the division, despite him having such crazy grappling and crazy gas tank. But we're going all in on Esteban here. We made a thumbnail in a video with the money coming down. At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. You can make a sick career just being a Justin Gaethje. You can make a sick career being an interim title holder, or just being in that top 5, top 10, having exciting fights. Hell, even like Dan Hooker is having an incredible career, and he's even had a resurgence late, and he could knock off Justin Gaethje, which would be crazy. But we're going all the way in here. I think that if Esteban can kind of, like I said about Jack Della Maddalena, just be high IQ at all times and just stuff takedowns, because we've seen him against really strong guys like Loic Rajabov that are really good wrestlers. He can stuff all those takedowns. He's a like decent sized lightweight. He's not undersized for the division. So if he can just stay on his feet and not get overzealous, he can absolutely pick you apart. Noggin, get banged up. He goes to the body, changes levels. He's just such an exciting fighter, bro. He had arguably the fight of the year last year against Zellhuber, and it had me out of my seat. Bianca even, I think, filmed me going crazy.
That one was insane.
Yeah. And
I
so,
love when you have reactions like that, though.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I think my biggest reactions have been probably like...
There's like the 2 or 3.
I had like 3 kind of crazy ones. I've had when Alex Pereira knocked out Izzy for the first time, and then when...
That was a big deal.
Yeah, and then obviously when Volk knocked out... or Ilia knocked out Volk, that kind of brought me out of depression a little bit, because that was like the week after the Niners lost the Super Bowl last year. So that kind of made up for it a little bit.
Something now.
Yeah, I needed something. And then when Esteban came back against Zellhuber, who looked so sharp in his last few fights, I was super hyped for him, because he was losing that fight, and low-key
I'm surprised you've never like gotten that big of a reaction from Conor. You might have for Conor versus Dustin one time when he broke his ankle. Yeah. I feel like that one you might have, but
I was more sad because I want Conor to win. Now,
and they're always a little bit boring. I feel like he's been so safe the last few times that they haven't been that crazy.
I think Conor's done, bro.
Really?
He's gonna fight BKFC, like bare knuckle.
Oh my god.
Which is honestly low key.
BKFC.
He's like his part stakeholder in it, I believe.
Fighting champion.
Mm-hmm. He low key has an advantage because he's got a
hell?
noggin on him. I swear to God, his noggin, his
Yeah, 'cause
skull's
he's
grown
so
a little bit.
coked up, he can't feel a thing.
For real.
He's just numb.
I know. Yeah, he is. I can't feel my face. Yeah.
Literally, that's him.
But genuinely, I feel like he's been roiding up and he has a little more tissue on his cranium.
Yeah, you can tell.
already
He's
had a big
literally
head.
swollen everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, Conor's toast. It's so depressing seeing those videos with like the sad,
Back in the day.
sad music. That's like prime Conor. He was locked, laser focused.
Yeah.
Sure, he wasn't the greatest grappler. Like he couldn't really stay off his back against high level grapplers. But I mean, that
He
guy's
had,
striking
like,
was
the-
just
the
mindset.
tunnel vision of like, I'm gonna win. Yeah, and that's what was fun. Now I don't think he cares much.
And he's the reason I still care about UFC because like I will watch it as
You
a
got
kid.
into it because of
and
him.
then,
Yeah,
through,
he
like, middle
created a
school and
lot
high
of
school.
fans.
Oh
So
my
I mean,
God.
he definitely. That's why he'll never not be famous.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
he,
dude, the thing is, like, you don't get to where he's at without being how he was,
like the cockiness and stuff.
and just how locked in he was.
Oh, for sure. Like his mindset.
Like,
But
his
I feel
mindset was, like,
that's what
different than
Colby's
everybody
trying
else.
to be now, and it's just not doing the same thing.
But Colby's is different because his is he doesn't really fight to what he says. Like Conor would straight up be like, "Bro, I'm gonna go knock you out in the second round," and go knock you out in the second round. Colby's like, "Bro, I'm gonna kill you," and then he just takes you a
loses.
decision, or he goes to a decision with
But that's
40-year-old Robbie Lawler.
Like he
Like, what are we
literally
doing
is
here?
not. Yeah, he's trying to do the same things and follow in those footsteps, but it's not working.
No, but yeah, dude, Mike's back in our hands. I really want to start doing it more. It's fun. This is Cozy Corner, Cozy UFC Corner.
Yeah, well, that should be our segment. It's the Cozy Corner Talks.
The Cozy Corner, but
It is fun, and we already said this last time that we need to like do more decorating and updating. But I feel
said
like it
this in
still
like
looks good.
October.
Yeah,
whatever
I
the last
still
one
like
we did
it.
was.
And we still have the UFC sign up. I got him this one for
Yes,
Christmas.
that is new.
So it matches the Golden State on both sides.
Facts.
So that's fun. We still have our actual all year no game sign, that the wooden sign that needs
Yeah.
to go up.
Is Simke still outside? Mm-hmm. Ah, perfect. Okay, we're gonna
we
sign
gotta
off
go
here.
get him.
He's been outside for like 15 minutes. The amount of holes in the backyard.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you guys.
guys.
Hype. UFC getting rolling. Dana White's making some money moves right now. Let's go.
Peace.
Peace.